Yo, it's the fucking LaToya Jackson of Teacher, wearing the Nepali hat and learning your children the Englishes. So we got my boy here from Saigon. No, not Saigon, in Danang.
Danang.
Where are you from originally?
Originally, I'm from Trinidad and Tobago.
Cool. All the Trinis I ever met are nice people.
A lot of Trinis in New York.
Yeah, I grew up in New York. A lot of very nice people.
Yes. Love the curry. Love the roti, all that good stuff.
I used to have a Jamaican spot. Jerk. They would make like jerk shrimp.
Right. Oh, the jerk, that shit, yeah.
Shit is good though.
It's just spicy though, man.
I like spicy. Spicy. So,
but I tell you this.
Where'd you grow up though? You had an American accent.
Came from, left Trinidad and Tobago at age 11, almost 12. Went to California.
SoCal or NorCal?
Yeah, so Southern California,
okay.
LA.
Okay.
Got there. Kind of didn't like it in the beginning. You know, I
imagine it's different.
Yeah, I felt kind of out of my element. So
well, you're coming from a Caribbean island.
Yeah. So my dad had some business to take care of, so he went back to the Caribbean, and he was like, okay, I'll take him back. So I went back with my dad for a year, and then my dad was like, look, it is what it is. You got to go back. We have to go back within a year because otherwise we're gonna lose our visas.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. So I ended up going back, and of course, I made the effort. I was in school, so now I started what we call acclimating to my surroundings.
Young enough that it wouldn't be that hard.
Right, and making friends and all that stuff. So I went to Crenshaw High School in LA for a while. It was pretty much it sounded like an all city football kind of school.
Cool.
A lot of gangs too, but it's LA.
Yeah, it's LA.
It's fucking LA.
Yeah. The whole
it's like I lived in between. I lived kind of like in a suburb of LA, but then in that suburb you had all the Crips, the Bloods living on the other side of the suburb. So they kind of like drove through where I live to get to where they want to get to. And of course, I went through that whole stitch of living in LA, but then we ended up moving to pretty much Paramount, which was in on the other side of town, which was, like I said, the other side of the fence.
Right.
So it's majority more surfers.
Yeah, different energy.
Different energy. More surfers, skaters, potheads. I kind of, to be honest, I kind of fell into that society and that element a lot more. And I don't know. The kids, they dig. It's like, dude, you from? Whoa, bro, where you from? Oh, the Caribbean, large, dude. I love
they were
like
open-minded.
There was like so. In LA, I kind of had the chip on it, like, you got your tough, black guy or whatever kind of thing. But then I get down to like the Orange County area part of where I was. I mean, where I kind of.
Well, you didn't have to be really putting on a tough facade because fucking nobody was gonna really try you there.
And then I had all the chicks digging me. They was like, oh, I love your accent. I love to know where you from. From Trinidad. So a lot of people was like, you know what, awesome. And then as time went by, this happened a couple of times where a few of my friends who I call my Anglo-Saxon brothers.
Anglo-Saxon.
My Anglo-Saxon brothers, they literally was saying to me,
I'm Italian, we're not Anglo.
They was like, dude, we don't even think of you as being black, bro. I'm like, what?
So these cool, they don't see, these kids, they're not racist at all. They don't see race.
Right.
That's nice, man.
So that's how I grew. I grew up in a very, very kind of multicultural society.
I grew up in New York City. We're segregated as fuck, bro. We are so segregated. Don't get me wrong. If you go to Manhattan, I grew up in a different New York than what New York is today.
Right.
So there was a much larger middle class, a much larger working class. It was a lot more realistic to live in the city. But you also had a lot of people they're not always necessarily that educated, and there's a lot of division within the city.
Right.
And certain, like you were saying before, how like one part of town is the rough part of town. Like we would have, it's different because we're higher density. So we would have like a road that after you crossed a certain road, the demographics of the neighborhood would flip.
Oh yeah. We had the same thing. Like, okay, if you
but
live
it's
in
a walking context.
Well, yeah, it wasn't
not
the
driving.
same way. Like, I lived in Paramount, right? And Paramount is like this all American, kind of like, like 80%. No, I should say 60% white, Asian, black, Mexican,
multicultural.
Yeah, and also we had Go Pirates, because Paramount High was like like a big football school too as well. So on Fridays it was like that big thing. Everybody, like the whole entire freaking neighborhood came out for the football games on Fridays, right?
Well, let's hear about these football games after you brush your fucking teeth. Yo, it's Sodomy Jones. So anyway, fucking me and the pig, we were just listening to Ronnie talk about they having big football games down in LA, right? And
Yeah.
when you guys were young, right?
Right, young.
So where was that at?
Paramount, California.
Okay, Paramount.
Great neighborhood. I mean, it has changed a lot now. It's pretty much, I mean, the Paramount I grew up in, to be honest, was like the All-American City. And we did get the All-American City, plaque.
Cool.
You know what I mean, as being that one city that has all the elements of we're growing up in the middle, like America.
Yeah, like propaganda America.
Yeah, you got the white picket fence.
Then
you got the working dad.
The dream, yeah.
They're living the American dream, exactly.
Bro, I grew up so far from that. And like I'm not saying I was even from like such a bad neighborhood.
Right.
I went to school with some really bad kids, but like some rough play people. But I mean, I lived in middle to working class neighborhoods, but all our houses were connected. There's apartment buildings fucking everywhere. There's people everywhere.
Right.
You know, you can't. If you think you're tough, like somebody's gonna kick your fucking head in within.
Right.
And it's not gonna happen like long. Like when I only ever got into a lot of fights when I went to the suburbs.
Oh, okay.
Because out there, people have a habit of like yelling at each other and threatening each other because they do it from cars.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of times nothing happens. Like they curse at each other and it just goes away. Like when I was growing up, man, if I thought I was tough, bro, somebody was gonna fucking slap the shit out of me. Like, and it wasn't gonna take long. Like,
it's kind of like a LA thing. So I mean, like for me going,
it's kind of the same.
Yeah, it's like going from LA to living in Paramount. It's like that went down. It's like like a chill pill, like a big chill pill. Everybody was like,
I never got the chill pill.
It was like everybody was on that, just chill out, hang, smoke some weed. You had, like I said, we had the potheads. So like, yo, just chill out, man. Let's get stoned, bro. Stuff like that, and then you had like the jocks.
Yeah.
The jocks were like the guys, walking with all the Letterman's jackets and stuff. So like I said, we did have the all.
Most of my schools were all racially segregated. And again, to some extent, less than not like segregated in a broad like nationalist, but like the Italian kids definitely hung out with the Italian kids.
Oh wow, yeah.
And the fucking black kids mostly hung out with the black kids, and then you had kids who crossed over. Like there's people who get along with everybody,
right.
But like in general, like it was very like it wasn't like the jocks or the preps. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I grew up around
it was
the
like
jocks
the Puerto Ricans or like the Russian kids or the you know what I mean like. Because we're so fucking multicultural there that like the only way New York I think survives is that like before gentrification is that everybody just curls into their fucking neighborhoods
with
their little bubbles.
The bubbles, exactly. The bubble.
It's just too big for people to
Well, here's the thing. The bubble in California is more of like
car bubble.
Well, car bubble and the money bubble. And the friends, but like who your friends are.
Right. Yeah. Well, New York, I imagine. New York's the same. Like I hung out in the city a lot, so I had a lot of friends from Manhattan. So I was going to punk shows, and a lot of my friends were multicultural. But a lot of the people from the neighborhoods that I grew up in were not necessarily always the most open-minded. Even my family, really.
Right.
I mean, it's just, it's New York, man.
Right.
But that they're not necessarily bad people. But when I tell them I'm living in Vietnam, it's like, why?
Well,
they don't get it. I
get that now. I get that now. I mean, I think after almost being a year living here now, I think a lot of my friends and my family get it. They're like, "Oh wow, you're actually living a pretty good life."
I wrote my godmother like a fucking essay, bro, because so she would try to understand a little bit. It's like because she's she's a cool lady. She's been there for me through my life, but she's also like a person who like. Is like really into Fox News and like really loves Trump.
Yeah, so she's getting what's cool.
But she made good choices in her life, so she's somewhat okay. She married the right person who did the right thing. And
well, that sounds like plus.
Great, but a lot of people didn't get that lucky. So
they get what they call the spoon-fed news.
Yeah,
making them scared. Like I don't want to go there.
So I tell her, I'm like, you can't think of these countries. They're not shithole countries. There's things about them that are difficult, but like
you just gotta come, get on a fucking plane
and have a look
and come and that's it. Literally to really be honest, that's what I did. I knew to be honest. Before I came to Vietnam, my own Vietnamese friends. I gotta say, back in America, not in Vietnam, were giving me the scary stories. Okay?
Of course!
And I was like, okay, and I got here, and it was like, don't drink the water, don't eat the food, don't do this, don't do that. I'm like, okay, can I breathe the fucking air? You know what I mean?
Not in Hanoi, I hear. You don't want to breathe it in Hanoi. Brush your fucking teeth. Stay in school. Eat your vegetables. Your parents don't love you. Everyone fucking hates you. Yo, it's the Belladonna of the ESL game, just blowing motherfuckers for nickels. So, yeah, brush your teeth. So we're fucking talking about, like, get up and go. Just don't be a fucking pussy. Don't be afraid of these fucking places. If you die walking through some fucking awesome city in some weird part of the fucking world, it's a lot more interesting than you dying, like, crossing the street to catch the bus to your job.
Exactly.
You know, because that can, you know, you do that in your hometown.
Right.
You know, like, you could die going out anywhere, really. It could happen at any minute.
It can happen anywhere. Happen any freaking way. And you know what? To really be honest, man, shit. When I first came here, I thought everything was crazy. I was like crossing the street.
Oh, it is a
that
little
stuff.
crazy.
But you know what? I came to learn that if you just do it, just put that fear in the back of your mind.
You got the right temperament for this.
And I started just doing it. I started just crossing the street. Sometimes I put my hand out, hey, you know, I'm crossing here, kind of thing.
Sure.
But I got the gist of just crossing the street.
Like how it works.
Yeah, how it works. I started, you know, kind of. It's all about acclimation. If you come here with an open mind, and that's another thing you have to do. You have to like all that stuff that you hear about in the news or from friends or whatever. You just gotta put a shit. You just gotta wash that shit out your head.
And don't listen to travel advice bloggers, especially us.
Yeah.
No, I mean our experiences are fucking weird. No, I'm joking.
I think our experiences are the true experiences because we're being like straight up.
We're being honest about
this shit.
Yeah, I'm not telling you.
It's hard, but if you put yourself in the right frame of mind of getting out there and wanting to do it and just experience something different, then it's all good, man.
So my point of why I say don't trust travel bloggers, even though like I clearly am one, like fucking one of the reasons I really tell them not to trust them is because when you watch the majority of the videos that cover these places, they don't mention anything bad.
That is true.
And now I'm saying, or they do. If they do, it's in a relatively like backpacker way, and like that's so hard. Like I watch some of these kids, and some of the backpacker kids do good videos. I like some of them. Some of them are fucking hipsters. I can't relate to them, but some of them I like, right? And the thing is though, is I look at their experiences in Vietnam, and they have no fucking idea what's going on here.
Dude, all they do is fucking party. Dude, I literally listed on my channel, I am not gonna freaking film anything about the party life. I'm gonna film about the local people, the life I live, and the surroundings of Vietnam, not the freaking.
I don't do the party life because I don't party.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do Brevian and fucking all these little party. I mean, granted, if I do something, hit a shot of it. It's there.
But you know, you can party at home.
But I'm not gonna go into the clubs and all that stuff because it sells. And those guys may get freaking, whoa, I want to go there, dude. And they may do the whole, they may get maybe 500 more hits just because it's a club scene and all that stuff. Everyone wants to see the club scene.
Understood.
You know, but here's the funny thing. I came across a fucking street party in Quebec.
Okay.
Right. I had no idea this party thing was going to happen. Right.
Okay.
I'm there with my job. My job actually, that English Center, wonderful school. The director, the owner, she went ahead and paid for this trip.
So they hiring me, right? Like if I go up there, they
hiring me, bro.
I'm gonna walk in there and be like, why Jesus? Why Jesus? I'm available for your teacher. Yo, so guys, remember, I am the fucking Marvin Hagler of the ESL game. Brush your teeth, stay in school. You know, like
he's a Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson. You know, the Marvin Hagler is more obscure. You know, like Tyson, everybody knows.
Brush your theses, like Mike Tyson was. Brush your theses.
One.
Yo, it's the fucking Floyd Mayweather of educating the English language to the youngins of the world and teaching you how to be a digital nomad and brush your teeth at the same time. We also care about your dental hygiene. So we've had a really good night. I'm gonna make this into several different videos. We got a whole bunch of content to work with. I'm gonna link all of Ronnie's stuff into my comments section. So if you guys are interested in hearing his very unique perspective on Danang, like he's a really positive guy. He's very different style than
I am different, man. You know what? You know what? Here's the thing. I had a friend that texted me one time about a couple months ago. I got this text like maybe about. I have to go to work the next day, but I got this text about 1 in the morning. She's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Who the fuck is this?"
Right.
So I looked. It was one of my high school, my street friend,
Right.
not street, one of my neighborhood friends from when we were like kids, like
Cool.
literally like 16, 17, 18, somewhere around there.
Right.
And she was like, "Oh, I keep hearing about it. You on Facebook. You're living in Asia.
Cool.
You're doing YouTube."
Yeah, cool.
She said to me, she said, "You know what? Has always been you. You're like that different kid.
Good, bro.
You've always been that guy."
So that's like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah. You know, she was like, "You know, you've never been like us. You've always been that guy."
So that's the point, guys. Basically, it's a different perspective, and I think if you're going to go to any country, you should shop perspectives. And I also think that you should, you know, take a grain of salt anything you hear from anybody.
Yep.
So I will say this at the end of this video, but I'm going to do a more proper video on the subject. I am going to be raising my prices soon. So I'll do a whole explanation as to why. I mean, I guess the moral of the story is I'm already like $800 cheaper than fucking anybody else out here.
Right.
And I'm the only one who's not trying to make you like buy some shit you don't fucking need. You know, there's...
Allow me to say, before coming here, I heard all the prices. I was actually about to fork up a couple thousand to actually get things done.
Really?
And I literally had, I'm not going to say any name, but I will
Okay,
definitely
okay.
say that I came out here.
A recruiter, a guy who does kind of things like
Right.
like
But I came out here, I literally walked in there with my personality. I already had a degree, you know, so that kind of helped me out a little bit. But I walked in with my personality, my perspective, my attitude.
Were you watching me at the time?
I was watching you at the time. Yeah, I was watching it. And you literally, I hit you up and I said, "Dude, you know," I think we started talking about, you know, and about all of those situations of how people paying all this money to get this done and that done, and you're like, "Bro, that's bullshit." You know what I mean? And then I literally changed my thinking, to really be honest.
Let's record this for the actual video of why I'm going to raise the price.
Okay.
Because then I can give a fair perspective as to a person who I helped.
Okay.
So we will conclude the video for today, and we will brush our teeth, and we will sodomize our parents, and move to fucking Vietnam so you can learn the Englishes. Learn them the Englishes.
Teach them the Englishes. Min Bao effect,
Learn them the
baby.
Englishes. Okay.